You want to be a very good mother.
You're looking after your children, you're looking after your house.
You need not be such a super mom.
Mornings are crazy.
It's a tough time.
If she wants to get hurt also, I let her get hurt also.
I wanted to give time to kids.
8:45 is a late day for me.
And I needed a life of my own. And
I'm a panic mother.
I thought I was going to have a nervous breakdown. Super mom is a super mom who wants to be a super wife, who's also a superman.
I was useful to my son in some way or the other.
The toughest job in the world. Being a mom is the toughest job in the world, and I'm sure all you women watching are nodding your heads in agreement. You're always asking yourself, can I be a better mother? Can I do something better for my children? Can I handle my children better? Can I raise them better? These are constant questions in a mother's mind. Welcome to Women on Top. Today's show is all about motherhood, the joy, and lots of the pain, the anxiety, the tension. Dr. Savita Date Menon, clinical psychologist at Apollo Wellness, joins us on the show, and we have Sonia Dhawan as well on Women on Top. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you, my pleasure.
I know you have an 11-year-old and a 6.5-year-old. They say that there are helicopter moms out there watching their kids, hovering around pretty much like a helicopter hovers. Do you think you're that kind of mother?
I think every woman is today who's trying to balance work and life, personal life. They are actually all the time after their kids, because back of the mind there is always the thing that you have to go at the children's school or any other.
Dr. Menon, have you come across this term, helicopter moms? Or essentially I think what we're trying to talk about is sort of hovering moms. Motherhood is something for which most of us have never really been trained, and sometimes because you're so ambitious for your child, you want the best for your child, you want your child to do much better than you did, so the involvement becomes too much, the participation becomes such that you want to fix everything before your child needs it to be fixed. So perhaps the involvement and the participation is a little bit of a problem, but I am seeing that more and more nowadays. But you pay a lot of attention to academics, don't you?
See, these days it's a vacation time, but now since it's going to get over in maybe another fortnight, so actually I got the to-do list from my daughter yesterday, project on Lal Killa, solar system, earth, I mean things to do, there are lots. So actually it's wake up time for us, it's holiday homework for mothers.
You know, we're all caught in a certain style of parenting these days. There's a lot of pressure out there to do well, maintain your grades in school so that you get into good colleges. We're all familiar with all of that.
Absolutely.
But sometimes, do you ever take a step back and think about whether you could approach this differently?
Many a times I also feel that I should adopt this let go approach, but somehow I think the way I am, I cannot. I was myself a very bookwormish kind of a student. Maybe that was ingrained from our parents, that parental pressure was there. Somehow even if I try not to put that in my children, it comes out naturally, automatically, because maybe benchmarking is that they also have to come up.
Dr. Menon, Sonia's been very honest. She said, look, I was brought up a certain way. I was a certain type of child, and that's exactly what kind of child I want my children to be. To all of the women and the mothers who are watching this show, what advice would you give? It is very difficult. I mean, for all the mothers over there who have this syndrome, it is extremely difficult because this competitiveness, it seeps into you. It becomes it becomes like an obsession. To sort of stop yourself from being competitive, it's very difficult. You really do need to take a step back and look at what is happening around, not like a helicopter, but just an overview, a perception of what is happening, because you need to understand that while you want to do everything for your child and make the child's life easier, in a way you're making the child more dependent on you, but then the child is not becoming a hardy child, and when the mother is not going to be around to fix every problem for the child will not have enough experience to fix it for himself or herself.